Yo, what's happening? It's Coach Carvel Bailey, and welcome to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. You don't want to miss this one, right? I pissed some people off, but that's good. You don't want to miss this one because we're going to really get into it. You see the title, all right? We'll be right back. Peace.
We make stocks. All them stocks is different teams, right? Every time that train stops, it's just a different team. But what happened to the train when the doors closed? It's on to the next one. It's on to the next one. So that train don't care who in this way, and unfortunately sometimes people die, but that train don't care who in this way, whoever in this way gonna get what?
Ran over.
Ran over. That's how I want y'all to think. Same way about no matter what that teacher give you, this assignment about to get ran over. Because I'm an Olympian. And I put in the work. Does that make sense? Like, and if y'all don't understand that, it's another team that do. Because we talk about the hard way, it's going to be them teams in the fourth quarter where it get hard. And it's a nose-to-nose battle. It's going to be who's going to be the toughest to come out. And it ain't the toughest like this with them push-ups or whatever, right? It's who's going to be tough here. Who's going to say, we going to win because we put in the work. The train can't go if everybody ain't on the same track, right? The train can't go if it ain't on the track. So if one of y'all is not on the same page as everybody else, the train don't move. Or the train, what happens when the train goes off the track? It's called what? Derail. Train that derail, can it ever get to a destination?
No, sir.
So if y'all walk around here and y'all late to class, the train derails. If y'all getting bad grades, the train derails. Because he just gave me 100, but it took y'all to help him to that last 50, right?
Yes,
Period. So if one person ain't doing what's supposed to be done, that's where the accountability comes in. Don't be late to class. Don't get written up. Pull your pants up. Like, it ain't hard. And when y'all learn how to do what you're supposed to do, you can do whatever you want to do.
And guess what? I'm happy you're here. I'm here you checking in from. Let me know what city and state you're checking in from and share this, right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to get all the AAU people in here today. So come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Yesterday, I helped the AAU culture with our live on Tuesday. Actually, I helped the AAU culture. But come on in. I'm going to help you a little bit more. All right. So today, you see what's on the bottom. Truth hurts, right? AAU club ball. Truth hurts. Everybody don't necessarily like the truth, right? You see what my shirt says? Shout out to my wife for getting this shirt. You see what my shirt says? Black history is American history. Black history is American history. Do you know what they just did in Duval County? Do you know what they just did? Atlanta, Georgia, welcome. Do you know what they just did in Duval County? They just banned 176 books. They just banned 176 black books. But they can't deny the truth, right? Critical race theory, they don't want you learning. They don't want people and again, I'm a social studies teacher, so I'm in it. They don't want me teaching real history from the beginning until now. Black history is American history. But in some states, people can go to jail for telling the truth. It's like back in the day in slavery, right? People were almost killed for reading. So let's tell the truth. Let's talk about it. So I talked about a post that said Alabama's entire staff and the AD will be fired. and I said, save this post. Now, you go do your own research on what's happening in Alabama. But all the Crimson Tide people, right, they came, and then I doubled down and I said, this is another example of how AAU and club culture has hurt our kids today. So I'm gonna break it down. I got a couple minutes. One, the situation with Alabama and how that relates to the AAU and club. And now, if you know me and if you've been watching me, following me, I've said and will always say there are some great AAU teams out here, and all teams aren't AAU. Do your homework. So they portray to be AAU, but they're not. They may be club teams, they may be travel teams. That's two totally different things. AAU has their own governance. So a lot of people get mad, but they don't even understand that their athlete is not even playing AAU. They're just on a local travel team or a local club team. But those AAU coaches, if they're not certified and taking those background checks and all those things that you have to do to be a certified AAU coach, then they're not an AAU program, or they're doing things illegally, which further goes into my point. As a former high school coach, it would take me 4 to 6 weeks to deprogram my players when they came back from the summer, to deprogram them and then to reprogram them. But here's the issue. There are some great teams out there, AAU teams, and the reason that they're great, they stand above everybody else. And if you miss the live the other day, go check it out. Go check that live out from February the 21st. Go check that out. YouTube, podcasts, mediums, right? YouTube, Facebook, wherever, Instagram. Go back and I gave AAU and club programs the blueprint to make their programs much more successful. But there are a myriad, there are a majority, a nice amount of these programs out here, and they're more concerned with winning basketball games than developing people. They're more concerned with winning basketball games than developing people. And the reason for that is they aren't teaching any type of accountability. There's no accountability because sometimes you don't have to come to practice. You just come to the games on the weekend. As long as you're there to help us win, to help me win, to help me look good, I'm not going to hold you accountable. I work in these schools. I've been in these schools over 20 years. I've been coaching over 30 years. I see it firsthand. I ain't one of them playboys that type on the computer or go evaluate people and right. I know inside and out what these kids do. And I know they're lost because they're being given the wrong information. The lies. That's what I'm talking about today. The lies. They're not holding people accountable. They're not holding them accountable. And then the lack of accountability brings on a lack of discipline. The lack of accountability brings on a lack of discipline. And then a lack of accountability, the lack of discipline, and then we get entitlement. Now these players feel entitled because you're supposed to do this. Because guess what? This coach is paying for me to come play for them. So if you want me to come play for them, to come play for you, then you need to pay for me, or I need to be free. Or better yet, if I don't like what you're doing, I'm going to just go somewhere else. So we got commitment also. So accountability, discipline, commitment, and entitlement. Majority of these programs out here aren't teaching that. And somebody asked me yesterday, they said, well, ain't some high school coaches doing it? Absolutely, the ones that prescribe to the same narrative. I've been saying this all along, but you won't, Steve Kerr don't get to push. Michael Jordan don't get to push back. LeBron James don't get to push back. Steph Curry don't get to push back. Bradley Beal don't get to push back. But I'm fine because your opinion really doesn't affect me. I'm here to tell the truth for the people that's looking for the truth. Because since there's so many bad programs out here, it's a lot of parents out here too that's looking for somebody like me to tell them the truth. And so now let's take this to Alabama. So now you have a player that was on a team who wound up getting hurt. Now that's a whole nother issue, because when athletes get hurt and athletes, because they've been entitled, they've been given things, no accountability, no discipline, no commitment. They're used to having everything come their way. And so they embody themselves, and basketball is who they are, when it's really not. It's what they do. And so when athletes get hurt and they've put themselves in basketball is who I am, and they're hurt, they don't know what to do. So this player was hurt, so he's already emotionally off because he's injured. He's hurt. His season is over. Now he commits a crime, commits a murder, and we find out later that there are more people involved. Well, because there's a lack of accountability, and now they're saying possibly player brought a gun to him. Bring me my strap. Well, if we on the same team, at some point, let's hold like, no. Why? Are you in trouble? Like, what's going on? I'm not gonna just help you feed into the BS. And then we have a program that's coming out now and saying, oh, well, we knew all that. We just didn't think it was a big deal. What the hell you mean you didn't think it was a big deal? Somebody lost life. A black woman lost her life to two young black men. Maybe you don't see an issue with that, but I do. That's 3 black lives lost. But some people okay with it because they're Alabama. And as long as you scoring a touchdown, running the ball, shooting the ball, then you're okay with the establishment. Okay? That's what's wrong with the culture. Who's holding who accountable? Who's holding who responsible? Who's checking on who? Who's saying, no, that ain't what we do? But that's because a lot of with the AAU club culture is all about self-preservation. It's all about me. And it starts from the top. It starts with a lot of the program directors, starts with a lot of the coaches, and then it trickles down to the players and the parents. So I'm here. Don't nobody want to talk about it. I'm live. Don't nobody want to say nothing. But we got fingers. My job is to tell the truth. God put me in a position to be relatable to young people and tell them the truth. Everybody cut from. I get it. But I have a serious issue with what's going on down in Alabama. And I don't give a damn how the politics work in Alabama. I don't give a damn none of that. I have a real problem with what's going on. And I have a real problem with this coach sitting in the press conference and continuing to shrug his shoulders. I have a serious problem with that. I have a serious problem with that. His ass need to be fired. And everybody that covered up ethically, and no, as long as you're working with the police, that's one thing. But you don't have to say anything, but at least explain it, because now they're trying to clean up what's now messy. So how does the AAU club environment, how does that play into this? No accountability being taught to these kids. No responsibility being taught to these kids. No discipline being taught to these kids, and that goes to their habits. And they don't have no commitment. And so they're entitled. But then people get upset because they're having a good year. person that was murdered, never have another day. And God bless her family. But it's wrong, dog. It's wrong. And it's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. You upset, and so you go get a pistol, and then you don't even have a heart to pull the trigger, even though you shouldn't have anyway, but you give it to somebody else. Coward with a capital C. They don't want to hear the truth. Sold dreams. Yep. They don't want to hear the truth. Yep. I've lost players because I don't sell dreams. But guess what? Guess what, Henry? They'll love you more because of it. They'll love you more because you tell them the truth and you don't sell dreams. Most people out here sleeping. That's why they're able to be sold dreams. And the longer that people can keep people asleep, the better it is. Again, Black history is American history. Critical race theory. People going to jail for teaching the truth. They just banned 176 books in Jacksonville, Florida. Do your research. But meanwhile, a few states up in Alabama, blacks can kill blacks and they can cover it up and it can be cool as long as they play sports. Okay. All right. If you're a good AAU program, a good club program, keep doing it the right way. Teach discipline, accountability, responsibility. Teach people how to be better people. Don't just teach them how to put the ball in the basket. DB, what up? Now, your son been involved since younger. But one thing you never did, DB, you never put your son in the hands of people for them just to do whatever. You've always been there making sure, hey, D, don't slide back on track. Some of y'all just giving y'all kids to these people and they're giving them bad advice. And then we see it later on. Entitlement. So if you got a program, I'm going to give you the blueprint again. Do what other people are not doing. Yep. Teach accountability. Hey, y'all loud. Teach accountability. Teach responsibility. Teach commitment. Teach discipline. You see what's behind me? Yes, come on. Be responsible. Be respectful. Be rational. Be renewed and be ready. And furthermore, be great on purpose. We talk about that every day. I'm in the field. I ain't just sitting on the sideline trying to win a game. Winning the game means nothing to me. That's why I've won so many. But being able to win and help kids' lives, he's not in here. That's the beautiful thing. The crowd all around me. Y'all see again, I'm in the field. You see what's happening. Boom, boom, boom. Kids all around. So I got to go because I got one of my wonderful students in front of me. But I want y'all to really understand this. Really understand what I'm saying. What we saw in the All-Star game and what we excuse me. What we saw in the All-Star game and what we saw with this Alabama thing. You can say you can say I'm alive if you want to, but it's all a trickle-down effect of the culture that's been put in by these programs and these kids, all for the sake of money. I'm just saying. D, you understand what I'm saying, right? But, all right, y'all, I got to go. I got my little one in front of me. That time. But again, I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this group of kids I talked to 3-4 years ago. And they were sophomores, and they wound up winning conference their senior year. But look at this, and then share this video with somebody that you know can benefit.
We may make stocks. All these stocks are different teams, right?
All right, make sure y'all check in.
Stock is just a different team. But what happened to the train when the doors closed? It's on to the next one. It's on to the next one. So that train don't care who in this way. And unfortunately, sometimes people die. But that train don't care who in this way, whoever in this way gonna get what?
Ran over.
Ran over. That's how I want y'all to think. Same way about your, no matter what that teacher give you, but this assignment about to get ran over. Because I'm an Olympian. And I put in the work. Does that make sense? Like, and if y'all don't understand that, it's another team that do. Because we talk about the hard way, it's going to be them teams in the fourth quarter where it get hard. And it's a nose-to-nose battle. It's going to be who's going to be the toughest to come out. And it ain't the toughest like this with them push-ups or whatever, right? It's who's going to be tough here. Who's going to say, we going to win because we put in the work. The train can't go if everybody ain't on the same track, right? The train can't go if it ain't on the track. So if one of y'all is not on the same page as everybody else, the train don't move. Or the train, what happens when the train goes off the track? It's called what?
Derail.
Derail. Train that derail, can it ever get to a destination?
No, sir.
So if y'all walk around here and y'all late to class, the train derails. If y'all getting bad grades, the train derails. Because he just gave me 100, but it took y'all to help him through that last 50, right?
Yes, sir.
Period. So if one person ain't doing what's supposed to be done, that's where the accountability come in. Don't be late to class. Don't get written up. Pull your pants up. Like, it ain't hard. And when y'all learn how to do what you're supposed to do, you can do whatever you want to do.